If the number one fear is running out of money in retirement, shouldn't we have a better understanding of how long you're going to be in retirement? And that's what LifeARC is. LifeARC gives access to everyone so that they can start to make and improve their own financial outcomes by understanding what their life outcomes are.
All right, welcome back inside our proactive newsroom. And joining me now is Jay Jackson. He is the CEO of Abacus Global Management. Jay, good to see you again. How are you?
Hey, glad to be back. Good to see you.
Yeah, so the company out with news recently where you talked a lot about this AI-powered LifeARC platform. So that'd be a great opportunity to get you on and talk a bit about it. It's kind of unique for your particular sector.
Unique for the sector, but I think it's unique across the board in the sense that, one of the things that we've been addressing is helping people better understand how they can not just grow their money, but make it last. And that's the question that's ultimately on everyone's mind. There's $120+ trillion wealth transfer that's occurring, and it's going to be one of the biggest transitions of wealth in our entire history. It's a generational movement. And I think it's incredibly valuable to rethink how we're doing financial planning for this. Abacus has been in existence for well over 20 years, collecting medical data, mortality data, and lifespan data. And that lifespan data has a huge component to helping people determine how long and how they should be spending their money while they're in retirement, right? If the number one fear is running out of money in retirement, shouldn't we have a better understanding of how long you're going to be in retirement? And that's what LifeARC is. LifeARC gives access to everyone so that they can start to make and improve their own financial outcomes by understanding what their life outcomes are.
Jay, talk to me a bit about, you mentioned the data that you have over 20 years of this data, the data points that you thought were the most significant when you were putting this together.
It's super interesting. When you think about the data points over the last 20 years, here's some facts. Like, for example, you start to realize that we're not here to make you live longer, but just healthier while you're here. Your most valuable asset is time. And that's the most personally largest financial asset I think you have. And if I can help you better understand and how to better use that time, for example, if I could come to you and say, I'll give you 10 years of your life back, pretty valuable, right? You would say, my God, where do I sign up for that? And that's the kind of thing that understanding your lifespan in retirement can really help you, right? You take this data. Yes, we use AI, and AI has helped us aggregate this data and report this data very, very quickly. It used to take weeks for someone to process and get this data. We can now do it in seconds, if not minutes. And we give that data back to you so that you can help and make smarter life decisions. Ultimately, I can't tell you how to live longer, but what I can tell you how to do is to get your 80s back. You want a decade of your life back, be functional in your 80s. Here are some of the improvements that you can make, both financially as well as health. And LifeARC is going to change the way people look at all of their financial planning going forward. How should you allocate? Maybe you take more income. Maybe you take less. Let LifeARC help make that decision for you.
Yeah, and a lot of it's that just offering people options. Sometimes people think there are no options or are not sure about the options, and this obviously gives them a few of those.
Yeah, information is going to absolutely win out here. As you look at financial planning going forward, right? People tend to be so focused on products. Oh man, did I get the SpaceX IPO or did I get this? That's a one-time, very short-term way of thinking about things. However, in the back of their mind, they're saying, gosh, I can't afford to chase, so I'm going to put money in my mattress. I'm going to put it over here. And that decision may impact some of their actual lifespan decisions. Should they go on vacation, which we know improves things, right? How they manage their money. Should they be in fixed income or equities longer? And then the impact of that. And no one's doing this. JP Morgan's not. None of the large firms are providing you this accurate data. So you can't build a custom solution. They're simply throwing you in an annuity. You know what happens in an annuity? They take all these assumptions and they do no underwriting and they assume all of you are healthy. Well, that's not right either. So you could be taking more money out when it matters most because maybe your health profile doesn't fit the healthy neighbor next to you.
Yeah. Also in the news release, you talked about, just gave a quick update on that $50 million investment in the wealth management fund. That's going well?
It is. Manning Napier is a terrific firm based up in New York, been around for over 50 years, great reputation, and we're helping their clients better understand how to apply lifespan into their financial plan and absolutely help improve those outcomes so that they can live better, they can live healthier, and they can have better outcomes in their own retirement. And this is one of many to come. We're going to be utilizing this system. We think it's going to be the actual fundamental that people now determine financial plans on.
Exciting times ahead, Jay. Thanks so much. Good update. Really appreciate your time.
Thanks.
All right, Jay Jackson, CEO of Abacus Global Management.